If you haven't seen it, Invincible is a fantastic superhero animated cartoon series to watch on Amazon Prime. It has 3 seasons done. The cartoon basically follows or gets adapted from the comic book title and series by the same name, that is Invincible, published by Image Comics. The main character is Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, and it follows his journey of becoming a superhero, evolving himself as a superhero, and finding his true nature. Comparing it with other big comic book franchises like Marvel or DC, I think what makes Invincible interesting for me is the fact that it looks like it's grounded in a lot of reality. The concepts or the realism, not just in it's in the way that the fights take place, but also the aftermath of the fights, how the heroes go through a certain healing process, the kind of difficulties and challenges they face, not just in fighting criminals, but with their moralities, with everyday life, with their, balancing acts of, what it's almost reminiscent of, Spider-Man, who's a classic hero in this regard, where Peter Parker was always shown to, question his decisions, but also balance, Peter Parker and balance Spider-Man. And Invincible almost, feels like that, but not just for one character, but for all the characters. It is not black or white. It is very morally gray for throughout the show. And I think all of that kind of adds to the realism appeal of the cartoon series. It is definitely not for kids. It is quite brutal. It is quite violent and has, mature content, which is definitely not for kids. It's meant for adults. But if you are a superhero geek or a superhero fan like me, then you will definitely enjoy this show. Head over to Amazon Prime and watch it. And I am pretty sure you'll enjoy it as well. For those who have been following it like me, I have just finished season 3. It actually just finished last week. And oh boy, what a season it was. If you haven't seen it as yet, so spoilers ahead. The big things that happened in this series: Mark got disillusioned with Cecil after finding out that, Cecil has been holding on to the bad guys in hopes of, making them or using their abilities for the greater good, as Cecil puts it. We also see Nolan being rescued by Alan the alien from their Viltrumite prison, freeing Battle Beast in the process, and also killing, Viltrumite together. And Nolan also revealing a big weakness for the Viltrum Empire in this, that there are less than 50 pure blood Viltrumites alive, which is a big piece of information, especially for everyone who will come together under the coalition of planets against the Viltrum Empire. So that will be interesting to see, but we don't see much more after that for their story arc in season 3. I'm assuming we'll see more in season 4. What we did also get to see is that Angstrom Levy was alive. He brought about the Invincible War storyline or story arc from the comics, in which he gathered evil versions of Mark Grayson from across different multiverses, and they all were asked to attack the main Invincible's world. And we see all the heroes trying to battle these different marks. So we did see a bunch of different heroes from this universe, like Tech Jacket and the Brit. That takes a pretty heavy toll on the heroes, on the world itself. Lots of damage, lots of people get killed. And of course, we also see the death of Rex Splode, who sacrifices himself, just as we were seeing him, get a lot of good character growth, character development. It was sad to see him, die, but that's, again, it's following the comic book storyline. And in the end, after the Invincible War is done, the final episode was just as intense, because the Viltrum named Conquest, who's one of the older Viltrumites there, and perhaps the second strongest, apparently, he comes to Earth and he then battles it out with Mark Grayson. And if it wasn't for Oliver and Atomy helping him out, he probably would have been able to overpower Mark. But in the end, Mark is able to channel his rage and instincts to protect his loved ones and defeat Conquest. And that's where season 3 kind of ends, because the next things to see on that would be the Sequid invasion, which will come around in season 4. I think we'll see more of Alan and Nolan in season 4 and how their story goes. Again, if you haven't seen Invincible as yet, it's definitely a show worth watching, and I would recommend it highly. So yeah, go ahead, watch it on Amazon Prime, and hope you like it.